to a bank holiday class with me, April Moon. Today we're going to do a seated class. So what I'd like you to do is find a seat with a nice high back, if you can, and we're going to sort of stretch out, do some work on our seats. I'm just going to pop an extra light on. Perfect. So as always, please go really careful on some of these exercises. Don't ever push yourself to the point of any pain, and just work within your own limitations. If you have any pre-existing injuries, please go very easily when you move. Okay, so what we're going to do is sit with the feet hip width apart. So push your heels out and your toes forward, and then drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Place the hands onto your thighs. And what I want you to do is, first of all, if I turn, as you can see, my back is really, really straight, depending on what chair you've got. But just slouch over. So we're going to tuck the pelvis under here. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to sit up nice and tall. When we sit up tall, we don't push the chest forward, we keep the spine long. And again, under, and then lift up. And under, and lift. And tuck under, and lift up, and tuck under, and lift up. And now keep the shoulders away from the ears. So now we've found a nice sort of straight spine. If you need to, you can push your sort of glutes all the way back, and the chair can support you if you've got a high back chair, but try not to slouch. So keep a little bit of support in that lower back area. That's where we tend to find most pinching, is when that spine does this. So it will depend on your own lower spine or lumbar spine area, whether that's curved in slightly or pushed out. But the high back seat will always protect you when you're sitting doing these exercises. So feet are together, heels. When you're sitting doing these exercises. So feet are together, heels out, toes forward, drop the shoulders down away from your ears. And then we're just going to take the hands onto the rib cage, and I want you to gently press the middle fingers together and drop the shoulders, and you're going to inhale. So as you can see, my middle fingers have now, they're now apart, and then exhale, they're coming back together. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in and out. Breathing in and it's my rib cage that's going in now. And one more time. Relax. Good. And now hopefully you feel a little bit calmer, even if you weren't uptight or stressed or anxious or whatever before. Sometimes just being very aware of your breath can really help to relax and calm everything down that needs to be relaxed and calmed down. It's a very healthy way. So you could always start off the first few minutes of your day with this breathing exercise, or at the end of the day, and you will notice a massive difference in your overall well-being. Okay, so now keep the shoulders, keep the hands flat down, and then we're going to inhale, gently lift your shoulders a little bit, and exhale, push down, and over push so you feel that stretch within the shoulders, and in. So if you suffer with a lot of hay fever this time of year, this can be because this area here is very congested. If your muscles are very tight, then you may feel like too intense. But what I would do is try and do these exercises so you stretch and release tension in the neck and shoulders. Yeah, it's very calm, very gentle, and relaxing. To your side in and out. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. And now just gently tilt one ear to one shoulder. And in and over to the other side. Now, let's draw half a semicircle. Then put the chin mark towards the chest, or half a semicircle. And take your time, because I thought I would change things up from laying on our mats. But if you sit at a desk all day, you can always come back and repeat the first few minutes of this. And I do have a lot of office workers coming to me and say they've got bad posture with their neck, their spine. So when you do this, releasing the tension. So practice a few minutes here and there every day, you'll feel a massive difference. Four. 2. Wonderful. And now I want to put your hands down by your sides. Now there's still think about your posture here, so we don't push your ground through, so you've still got a little bit of sort of posture work going on. We'll see if you've got a high back chair that will just help to support you. Okay, so you're going to take the hands down by your sides, and then you're going to lift and lower, lift up. Lower, lift. Now keep your shoulders down. This is actually a really difficult exercise. And lower. Good. And breathe in and down. And last one, breathe in, keep shoulders down, stretch. And down. Good. Wonderful. Take the hands back onto your thighs, and you're going to lift one shoulder up, gently lower, and the left side. So whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can look after your upper body. Ladies, wear a properly fitted bra. You'll be surprised if you have an ill-fitted bra, how much that can really affect your upper body, especially in your posture. It can cause headaches and migraines. So that's something to consider. If you've got a handbag or a laptop bag, be careful what shoulder. We as humans are creatures of habit, and we love repeating things that we do, and we often do them subconsciously. So if you always place your handbag on one side, you will probably always do it every single time. Be very careful of what side you continuously place a heavy bag or strap on there. Same for carrying shopping, always try and level out heavy handbags and heavy shopping bags. The way you drive. Always try and level out heavy handbags and heavy shopping bags. The way you drive, if you drive a lot and you notice that you move around and like this and you like that, stop and have regular breaks and sort of really stretch out the neck. And if you're sitting at a desk or an office for long periods of time, I would highly recommend as well having breaks throughout the day to relax, because relax. These shoulder exercises that I'm doing now, they might not look like you're doing a lot, but because you're mobilizing the area and you're stretching out the area, that is probably the best thing you can do for your body, especially if you've been doing a job for a long period of time. That can seriously, obviously, have a massive effect on you. So be careful of that one as well. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to twist from our waist. So take the hands onto the knees, and I'm going to move it back just a tiny little bit. And you're going to bring the right hand towards the right hip, but you're going to twist from the left and then come back in, and then the other side. So you're not sticking your chest forward, you're keeping your back nice and straight. All you're doing. Good. Four, three, two, one. Good. And from here, take the hands into the thigh, nudge your chin, drop your shoulders, and then round all the way down to the trying to touch your toes and let your head drop and feel that stretch all down the upper body, upper neck. Good. Okay, let's stretch up the waist a little bit more. So obviously we always have one side that's more dominant than the other. You will feel it when we do this stretch. Make sure you're sat in the middle of your seat, which sounds silly, but if you're sat on the sofa doing this, just make sure that you've got equal space next to you. And if you are sat in the chair, have a look to make sure that you've got equal sides next to you. And the reason why I say this is if you are a little bit imbalanced in your body, which most people are, sometimes you might find that your hips are here, but your legs are over there. So you're twisting. So use your sort of your chair as a good guide to see where you're doing everything. Okay, take the left hand down. Now drop that left shoulder, lift your right arm up. Now drop your right shoulder so your arm is bent. And then from here, from your waist, move, lean to the side. So right shoulder, left shoulder, and knee. And you're hugging a great big tree, push your elbows out to the side. Relax. Really push out. And then come back nice and full. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push and stretch. Wonderful. Now, Bring your hips and glutes forward. I'm going to move back a tad. So I'm just sat like this now. And then what you're going to do is gently place your hand onto your thighs, and then you're going to sort of roll from your belly button. So you're getting lots of movement within sort of your spine and your hips. Right. 3, 2, 1. Good, very good. And now you can move your hips back a little bit and keep that lower back supported if you need it. And what you're going to do, I'm just going to move my screen down slightly. Okay, so as you can see, my feet are hip width apart. So my heels are out and my toes are forward. Okay, I'm going to move this again because you can see them off the desk. I don't like that. Right, so that's better. Okay, so heels out, toes forward. So my spine is nice and long and hands kind of placed down one side. Let the lower back be supported. And then you're going to lift up the right leg and lower it, and the left leg and lower. And when you do that, you will feel in your core here, you will feel a strong connection. So you don't want to be lifting up and rounding through doing this. You want to keep everything nice and long. Four, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, if you feel any sort of discomfort in your lower back, just round through slightly. Just stay there. I'm just going to move it if I can. Work. Like my face to be in it. Okay. Let's see if I can move back. 1 second. Will that work? Hopefully. Okay. So now what we're going to do is take the hands to the thighs and nod your chin and then round through once again. Just so we relieve any tension in that lower back from that last one. And done. Good. Okay, now what we're going to do is lift up one leg. So we're extending out, so we're extending, sorry, the knee. It's going to work our quadricep, which is the muscle here within the thigh. Now, the idea here is that if you keep your back really straight, you will feel it also in the core as well. Through that foot. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good. Knees just tuck that pelvis under. Give that back a little break. You can. And then it's up nice and tall. Brilliant. Okay. Now what we're going to do is just push through your heels. So this is a good one to release tension in our sort of Achilles and our ankles, because I always say we tend to sometimes forget about our poor ankles. They do so much for us, and sometimes it's good to let them stretch off. So don't lean back too much into your chair. Keep your spine long, and when you're ready, if you can do both, if not do singles, just push through the heels. You will feel your thighs will be turning on and working. Not pushing through those heels. Feels so good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And again, push. Nice tall spine. You're going to push into your heels. You can keep your hands clasped together. Use the power of the thighs to come up. And then sit down and lower back down. Control yourself coming up, control yourself coming down. Really good for the core. Drop the shoulders and again lift. And lower. And lift. And come down. Oh, my chair is moving. And again, come up. And lower. Really feel it in the thigh. 2 more. 2. And down. And last 1. And lower. Wonderful. And now come back up. And we are now going to work into the lower body, especially the ankles, work on our balance. So you can use your chair if you wish. Have your feet hip width apart. You can take your hand onto the chair. And you can either do one heel up and one heel down, or you can do both heels lifting up, or you can take your hand off the chair if you wish. So keep your lower back and your pelvis nice and still. And come down. And lower. Good. So if you are holding onto the chair, make sure you're not tipping forward. And lift. And come down. And we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Good. Shake those legs up. Wonderful. Okay. Now, if you want to use this next one with the chair, you can. I'm going to use it without. We're going to have to feet hip width, so heels out, toes forward. You're going to bend the knees, so you can hold on if you need to. Then you're going to tap the foot out to the side, or you can hover it off the floor and come back in. So you bend the knees out with the thighs and knees, squeeze it out, squeeze it in, stand up. Okay. So if you want to, you can move your chair in front of you and do it as we're going to do alternating sides. Okay. So bend the knees, right leg, going to go out, come in, stand. And again, bend the knees. If you're holding onto your chair, you can hold here and stand. And bend out, come in, stand. You'll feel it in your core. Bend out, in, and stand. Good. And out, in, and stand. Bend out, in. Good. And shake those legs off. Just using your chair for a little bit of a stretch. Feet are hip width. And we're going to bring that right foot back. So both knees are stand together and bend that left knee a little bit as well. Down, left foot, left knee comes back. Then the right knee. Bring it down. Good. Let's do a roll down from here. Feet at hip width. Nice to the spine. We're going to nod. And we're going to round. We're going to let the head drop. Bend the knees so the lower back can get maximum stretch. And again, nod. Down. Bend the knees. Now, here, just swing those arms back and forth. And release, and then gently stand all the way back up. Wonderful, and then come back towards your chair, your seat. I'm just going to move so you can see me again. As long as you're feeling a good stretch, in fact, you can take the hand and gently guide it a little bit more, but keep that left shoulder down. And come up. Right hand down, left ear. Up. Slide up. And now roll your neck really, really gently. So never put your head right back. And release. And inhale as your shoulders up. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And exhale, lower. And thank you all very much for joining me. I will be live again with you next week. And exhale, lower. And thank you all very much for joining me. I will be live again with you next week. Remember, you can always sort of come back to this class at any time. It'll be saved at the page, and you can always do a few 5-minute, 10-minute exercises here and there, and it will really help improve your posture, especially if you sit at a desk all day. So in your lunch break, practice some. Remind yourself of these, and it will really help your overall posture, because you'll be surprised at how much of an effect it can have on your body. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all live again next week. I hope you're having a fantastic bank holiday. Bye for now.